actually had wristbands to distinguish Jewish students from non-Jewish students. And then if you had the wrong wristband or you didn't say the right password or you were Jewish, you were not allowed to walk across campus. There was actually a ruling this week, I don't know if you guys saw it, there was a ruling in the media that a judge basically said to UCLA, duh, you have to allow Jewish students to be able to move about campus. And what did UCLA do? They appealed that ruling. They appealed that ruling. So certainly our college campuses are not safe spaces. And then of course, our friends on the Hill, the Rashida Tlaibs of the world. I actually had the pleasure today of meeting George Latimer, who actually won an election, but that's a good thing. So I was very scared, and I was disappointed, and I was angry, and I wrote the song, We Are Not Okay, and I made a video to it, just me and a buddy, and it was just, the video was just excerpts from October 7th, certainly wasn't in it, it wasn't an opinion, it was just, here's some news clips. And we put it out. Again, like the other songs, some people liked it, some people really did not. But then something I never expected happened. Israel shared the video on their social media, the national social media. And very quickly, I understood, in a small way, what it's like to be Jewish in 2024. The vitriol, the death threats, all that comes at you when you do that. I am not Jewish. In my mind, you don't have to be Jewish to condemn the evil that is Hamas. You just have to be human. Unfortunately, we live in the twilight zone. It seems to be very hard for people who we thought of had good conscience, people that we enjoy, artists, to say simple things like Hamas is evil, release the hostages. For some reason, particularly in the arts, we have lost our soul. We have lost our courage. We have lost our sanity. Very few people in the arts, if any, have come out and said simple things like, free the hostages. I don't have a good answer for that. It's a historical disgrace. Supposedly the music industry like to pride themselves on being on the front foot of human rights, certainly the civil rights songs from the 60s, Live Aid, Sun City, the Concert for New York. But all of a sudden now, crickets. The last image of my video is actually Martin Luther King's famous quote, silence in the face of evil is complicity. It breaks my heart to say that the music industry is damn complicit, and there's no other way to put it. So anyways, the song comes out and kind of does crazy things. And like Ukraine, I actually had an opportunity to go to Israel. I was on the road with my quartet, my string quartet, and we had about a week off. And I was reached out to by a few folks that said, can you come over, meet with some of the hostage families, meet with some of the IDF soldiers, the injured soldiers, meet with some artists. I'm like, yeah, of course. So I flew to Israel with my son, Johnny. He needs a wife. So we flew to Israel, and I did. I spent some time with the soldiers playing guitar. Some of them were fantastic guitar players. And I met with many of the hostage families, which again, is unspeakable, breaks your heart. And I wasn't planning on performing, but on Saturday morning, many of you know that in Israel, every Saturday night after the Sabbath, there is a big event at Hostage Square that is broadcast across the country. Tens of thousands of people come, and sometimes they have artists sing. And they asked me, would you sing okay, and would you play Superman for the country? I said, of course.
Free Palestine!
From Hamas. I really hope Palestine is free from Hamas. Yes. Okay. This is not fight for fighting literally, you guys. This is America. You're welcome to your speech. I respect it. We can talk about it later, but these people didn't come to hear people rant. And so, hey, here's the thing that I think it's important to know. I'm glad you said that. Thank you. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people think my video and my song is basically pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian. It's not. The hero of my video, under the lyric, every good woman, every good man, is a Palestinian woman calling out Hamas for stealing the aid. Those are the people who are heroes. They are heroes. They are heroes. So anyways, we're at, I'm in Hostage Square, and they asked me to play these songs, which I did. And I'd never heard an announcement before a concert like I heard that night. And the announcement was this. In event of missile attack, please take cover. Cover your hands over your head. And not one person left. I was like ready to run to my hotel and hide. But not one person left. And I'm like, okay, I guess I have to stay. So I performed the song, and the two songs. And as I was walking off stage, the hostage forum leader, Rebecca, said, hey John, by the way, you need to be in your hotel room by 11 o'clock tonight because something's going to happen. And you need to be in a safe room by 11 o'clock tonight. And I said, okay. And I was obviously very anxious. And I went to my entourage of Israeli-American folks who brought me there. The guy's name was David. And I said, David, you understand we have to be in the hotel by 11 o'clock because bad things are going to happen. I have to be in a safe room. It was about 8:30 at night. And true story, he looked at me and said, yeah, I know. But John, we have a dinner reservation. That's what I did. I'm like, you're funny, let's go. He's like, John, I've waited 2 weeks for this dinner reservation. And he was serious. I'm like, are you crazy? And eventually we compromised to have dinner at the hotel. And at 11 o'clock, Iran launched their first drone. And that was the night Iran attacked. And I was, of course, my wife was freaking out. My son was at the bar with David. And it was, of course, it was a very scary night. But I'm glad I was there. I'm glad we went through that. Because I did learn a lot about the fortitude of the Israeli people and the ability to find joy in the darkest of times. Certainly you've been experiencing that for centuries, but for me to experience it firsthand, I think it changed me. And as I said, I think everybody needs to understand that this song, it's not about Israel and Hamas. It's about civilization against those who want to tear it down. I participated in rescuing many Muslims from Afghanistan. Okay? I see no difference between a Palestinian baby, Israeli baby, an American baby, a Ukrainian baby. It's not about religion. It's about good versus evil. And if you truly care about the Palestinian children, which I do, you will condemn the fact that there's one group whose strategy is to kill as many Palestinian civilians as possible. And that group is Hamas. And my last story before I end this song. And these are important conversations to have, especially with our kids who are being indoctrinated in our colleges. When I was talking to an IDF soldier who had been shot 4 times in his leg, I said, if you're comfortable, can you tell me what happened? He says, yes, we were kind of going into buildings that were occupied by many Hamas terrorists, as well as civilians. And we were going from room to buildings, and there was a sniper. And the sniper shot his captain, one of his best friends. And in running to save his friend, he was shot 4 times. By the time he got to his captain, he had died. And I said to him, I said, you guys, you could just take out that building, right? You could just blow it up, right? You could just blow it up, then you wouldn't be at risk, your sergeant wouldn't have died, but you could just, send in a plane and take it out. And he said, we're not like them. We care about life. We value life. We are not like them. So I hope those who screen Free Palestine in theaters are open to these conversations. Because if you truly care about the children of the world, you will stand up for what is right. Here is okay.